Health policy experts consulted by President Rodrigo Duterte say the enhanced community quarantine should still be imposed in Metro Manila, Calabarzon, parts of Bulacan, Cebu, and the Davao region. But there was a near consensus among the experts that the Luzon-wide lockdown should be lifted by April 30.
I would say that there was almost a consensus na ang ECQ hindi naman dapat ipatupad sa buong Luzon. Ito po ay by way of recommendation. Na depende sa dami ng kaso, pwede nga pong as is, i-relax or i-lift ang ECQ.
The island of Luzon has been on lockdown since March 17. Entrepreneurship advisor Joey Concepcion also backs a lifting of the Luzon-wide lockdown on April 30, but quarantine measures would be implemented in localities with a high number of COVID-19 cases. Health reform advocate Anthony Leachon supports a modified quarantine from May 1 to 15 in Metro Manila. Mahar Lagmay, executive director of the University of the Philippines Resilience Institute, says the implementation of ECQ, whether modified or as is, would depend on how close a province is to its outbreak threshold. Lagmay adds Metro Manila, which accounts for more than half of the total coronavirus cases in the country, is at this threshold. Apart from Lagmay and Leachon, those who attended the briefing are former Health Secretaries Janet Garin, Esperanza Cabral, and Jaime Galvez-Tan. Public health policy expert Susan Mercado, Pediatric Infectious Disease Society of the Philippines President Annalisa Ong Lim, Philippine Society for Microbiology and Infectious Diseases President Marisa Alejandria, and UP Manila Health Policy Professor Catherine Ann Reyes. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says Duterte will also consider the advice of the World Health Organization that any relaxation of quarantine measures must be done gradually. The Philippine National Police will start arresting coronavirus lockdown violators without warning.
There will be no more warning for ECQ violators. Instead, arrest and inquest procedures will be applied to cases of violation of Republic Act 11469, 11332, as well as Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code.
The change in policy comes after President Rodrigo Duterte said on April 16 that he would order the military and the police to take over the implementation of the lockdown if Filipinos continue to violate quarantine rules. As of Monday, the PNP counts around 136,500 lockdown violators since the lockdown began mid-March. Of that number, 31,000 have been arrested, 6,000 fined, and almost 99,000 issued warnings. Taguig City Mayor Lino Cayetano ordered cops to go to the Pacific Plaza Towers to enforce lockdown rules. Taguig Police Chief Colonel Celso Rodriguez confirms to Rappler, Cayetano's Chief of Staff Noli Flores called Sunday, April 19, asking them to check residents reportedly violating physical distancing rules in the common areas by not wearing face masks. Rodriguez says it was the first time Cayetano asked them to check up on a condominium complex. He adds Pacific Plaza seems to be the only building that had broken quarantine rules. 4 policemen stormed the building around 4:30 p.m. on Sunday, armed with firearms but without warrants. They allegedly threatened security men of arrest unless they were allowed in. The cops then went to PPT's pool area to shout at residents to go back to their units. Residents slammed the police and the Pacific Plaza Towers management, with the board thinking of filing charges against police. Guidelines issued by the national government's Interagency Task Force against the coronavirus do not include the closure of pools and shared spaces in private properties.
For proper guidance ng ating mga kababayan.
Meanwhile, in the city of Manila, Mayor Isko Moreno places Sampaloc District on hard lockdown.
An order providing a 48-hour shutdown in the entire Sampaloc District of Manila from 8 p.m. of April 23, 2020 until 8 p.m. of April 25, 2020 for purposes of disease surveillance, verification, or testing, and rapid risk assessment in relation to COVID-19.
Under the area lockdown, Sampaloc residents will be prohibited from leaving their homes, except for healthcare workers, police and military personnel, service workers, barangay officials, and accredited media. Meantime, former Anak Pawis Congressman Ariel Casilao and 6 volunteers who conducted relief operations in Norzagaray, Bulacan are charged with sedition. This comes after their warrantless arrest and illegal detention on Sunday, April 19. Interior and Local Government Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya says the food passes of the Anak Pawis volunteers were unauthorized. The group, for its part, accuses the police of arbitrary detention. President Donald Trump says he would temporarily suspend immigration to the United States because of the new coronavirus pandemic. Trump says the move would also protect Americans' jobs after state-imposed lockdowns left 22 million people out of work. The U.S. president has been impatient with efforts intended to slow the spread of the virus in the U.S. and seems to support protests against stay-at-home orders imposed by the governors. Trump has been widely criticized for initially downplaying the virus. South Korea downplays a report Tuesday, April 21, that the North's leader Kim Jong-un was being treated after surgery, as speculation mounts over his absence from a key anniversary. Pyongyang marked the birthday of its late founder, Kim's grandfather Kim Il-sung, on April 15, but Kim was not seen in attendance. Daily NK, an online media outlet run mostly by North Korean defectors, says Kim underwent a cardiovascular procedure in early April and was recovering. An unidentified source says excessive smoking, obesity, and fatigue were the direct causes of Kim's urgent cardiovascular treatment. No confirmation of the report is available. But the report triggered widespread speculation, with CNN citing a U.S. official saying that Washington was monitoring intelligence that Kim was in grave danger after a surgery.